which is one city that is going to be more impacted than others should the budget of the United States not be able to be negotiated in the next hour, an hour and a half. And so what I'm hoping by raising this issue is that members will consider that every city in the United States is going to operate tomorrow morning. Every state is going to operate tomorrow morning. Even if the federal government is shut down, they will be impacted, but they will continue to operate with their own money, on their own steam, under their own laws. I would like the same thing for the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia's budget is 75% local and 23% federal. So most of their money is local money raised by local taxes, not the taxpayers of the United States. More impressive than that, they have balanced their budget, unlike us, for 18 years. People may be surprised to know this. The District of Columbia, which is about 650,000 people in the city, they don't have a senator to speak for them. They have a House member, but the House member has no vote. So I want to speak on their behalf for just a few minutes. They have balanced their budget for 18 years, and they have well over $1 billion cash in the bank. So I'm raising this to my colleagues to ask if you would consider a unanimous resolution. Several of us are putting it together now. I'd love for my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to help, to simply allow the District of Columbia to use their own money, even if the federal money doesn't come forward, use their own money raised by their own taxpayers to keep their own government operating. I think because they're under a special provision, as you know, to us, and have been for many years. People argue whether that's right or not. That's not the point of this. Whether it's right or not is of no consequence. It is the law. And if we can give them some relief, I think it would be very, very, very helpful to the thousands of people that really need a signal from us that just because we can't get our budget straight, just because our budget's in deficit, doesn't mean we can't honor the fact that the D.C. budget is in surplus, $1 billion in the bank. It has been balanced for 18 years, and 75% of their budget comes from their own taxpayers. We should allow them to use their money and to stay open. This shutdown, I hope we avoid it. Doesn't look like we're going to. Could be a day. It could be 2 days. It could be 3 weeks. It could be 4 months. Who knows how long it's going to be? I hope that it doesn't happen, and I hope that it's a very short period of time. But whatever it is, there is no reason in the world for the District of Columbia, as Mayor Gray said. He said, and this was his statement, and I want to give him the credit. This is his statement. He says, we've balanced our budget for 18 consecutive years. We have well over $1 billion in the bank, yet we cannot spend our own money to provide our residents with services they've paid for unless we get permission from a Congress that can't even agree to pay its own bills. So, Madam President, I'm going to yield the floor in just a second, but if we can't agree how to pay our bills, I think that's unfortunate. We should. But for heaven's sakes, this is a big city. It's an important city. It's the capital of the nation. They should be able to operate tomorrow morning. So I'm hoping in these wee hours we can find a way. All it takes is unanimous consent. And I know tensions are running high, but we can be angry at each other or frustrated, but we should not be angry with the district. They've done nothing wrong. They have balanced their budget. They need to be able to operate. And many people in the nation, all over the nation, depend on the district government. So let's not shut them down while we're shutting ourselves down. And I yield the floor.